Hey there, welcome to Comeback Giga. Today's episode is loaded with jaw-dropping truck fails and heavy equipment fails that prove one small mistake can lead to massive chaos. From bad calls to total wipeouts, it's a ride you won't forget. This isn't just metal and noise, it's a lesson written in wreckage. Let's hit play.
Bismillah. Hey, bilis! Taas ang format guitar. Taas na guitar. Taas na guitar.
Without being properly secured, the cargo can turn into a hazard right before your eyes. Heavy loads combined with slippery roads, if you're not well prepared, you can end up in a situation like this. Regular maintenance is the simplest way to avoid dangerous situations like this. And here it is, the Hydro Europa JCH 250 mobile car crusher. This isn't just a machine, it's a moving steel coffin designed to perform one final trick, turning a car into a compressed block of metal. The crane strained as if trying to prove its strength and ended up flat on the ground.
Shit. I got the whole freaking thing.
This is the moment when the whole construction site can only sigh. Welcome to the Cars Expo 2012, where machines aren't just displayed, they're executed. And here comes the star of this demolition show, the Hamel B9 50DK, one of the most terrifying car shredding beasts ever built. Its mission is simple: chew up and spit out what was once an automobile. Look at that. A material handler is carefully serving up the monster's meal, a twisted, tangled mess of metal, plastic, and glass that you just can't look away from. The little car thought it was a tractor and ended up as a pile of scrap metal. With a masterful display of control, this driver turned his machine into an iron spider. Using the bucket and boom as anchor points, he carefully clung to every inch of ground, slowly pulling the multi-ton machine out of the edge of the cliff. Right before my eyes, the massive bulldozer slowly moved into the stream, water rising over its tracks as if trying to swallow the whole machine. The roar of the engine echoed between the banks, like a steel beast pressing forward, unstoppable. A heavy-duty truck is buried deep in the snow, needing extra pulling power to break free. This isn't artistic drifting. It's the truck's version of dancing on ice. Before us stands the giant Caterpillar D11, a steel beast weighing over 100 tons, escorted by a powerful Mercedes from Timmerhouse. The sign Convoy Exceptional Convoy, is like a warning to the world that something unbelievable is rolling down the road. A rescue turned into saving himself. The truck wasn't even up yet, but the crane was already leaving.
No, sir, nothing.
Comment number 1 if you've never seen this before. Just a split second of distraction, and tons of steel turn into a cannonball on the loose.
Самому маленько, блядь, тому колесу спрыгнуть, чтобы заслонить. Настолько вперед пошел. Вот настолько вперед пошел.
That crash sounds chilling, like the whole road just shook. A turn gone wrong, straight into hugging the pavement.
This public interest research report occurred. Young did a study that ranks cities in terms of how many residents are car-free, or at least largely car.
The brave truck charged into the stream and then turned into a lawn ornament in the middle of the water. A once mighty semi-truck now faces its final fate in the scrapyard, and its executioner, a blue material handling beast armed with a set of claws made for destruction. Comment 3 if you've ever witnessed a fail even worse than this. A collision that even a Hollywood action crew would envy. This isn't just a ride, it's a showcase of sheer skill, where the power of the machine and the driver's focus merge into one, turning a dangerous curve into a breathtaking moment of mastery. The train waits for no one, and this car just learned that lesson the hard way. Someone forgot that a steering wheel isn't a video game joystick.
这个它是有五个参加的soldiers。Там человек еще есть? А, скорее всего. Да, блядь, ну куда вот есть, наверное, тут, а?
The truck, weighing tens of tons, can now do nothing but struggle in the freezing sea of snow. Drop a comment with number 3 if you're confident you could make it across this stream. Take a guess. How many times do you think this logging truck has backed up? A moment that left everyone on the shore gasping and shaking their heads. Every inch of tire grinding up the slope. This is a life or death moment between human strength and machine power. One went down into the mud, and it took 2 brothers to pull him back up. The excavator friendship has never been this touching. Demolition, piece by piece, done by design instead of letting the house collapse at random. Every strike of the bucket is sharp and precise, like the brush strokes of an artist. A stunt that looks just like street circus. Only the props weigh dozens of tons. We're witnessing an unbelievable rescue. This machine wading deep into the water to haul a heavy object from the seabed, a sight that leaves everyone holding their breath. In the blink of an eye, dozens of tons of steel turned into a sinking mass of iron. Unbelievable. They actually use this method to move the truck more easily on the highway. Right before our eyes, the Cat D8H bulldozer is about to fire up with its pony engine, a classic technology that's rarely seen today. With a load like this, even the slightest mistake can cause the entire operation to fail. A colossal off-road machine running on tracks is slowly plunging into the icy river of Siberia. The freezing water, the fierce current, the jagged surface littered with shards of ice. Everything seems ready to swallow anything that dares to cross, yet this beast keeps forging ahead, each track clawing into the riverbed, driving the steel giant of dozens of tons forward, step by step, through the raging flow. The battle between steel and earth, and this time, The Earth wins by a landslide. Would you dare to drive on terrain like this? Drop a comment below.
Это номер 2. Второй день. Вот какие-то мародеры фару сняли. Значит, уходит. На фару снял. Упал. Вчера сняли.
Before you stands not just an ordinary bulldozer, but the Caterpillar D11T, a steel giant weighing dozens of tons, built to swallow mountains of rock. And now, watch as it moves toward the tiny car in front. With a press of the throttle, the massive tracks roar to life and slowly roll forward. The little car buckles, glass shatters, and thin sheets of metal crumple under the weight. The sheer power on display is nothing short of astonishing. When the farm doesn't call, but the driver still wants to experience plowing the field.
Давай, давай, давай!
Bit by bit, the cable stretched tight, and the heavy excavator slowly inched its way out of the deep pit. This steel cutter is like a metal beast, devouring chunks of scrap in just seconds. The sharp crack, crack, echoes like the sound of steel bones snapping apart. Watching those massive beams break so effortlessly, you can truly see the sheer power it holds. Finally, the steel beast breaks free from the mud, as if it's been dragged out of a childhood trap. From a distance, it looks like a massive warship carving its way forward, unstoppable. Every push of this machine is proof of sheer mechanical power. A 600 horsepower engine roaring, the angled blade dropping with precision, and the operator inside turning this giant block of steel into a sword that slices straight through the mountain of earth. That's true teamwork. The power of machinery working together just created a miracle. They call this a hard landing, not a safe landing. The Caterpillar D9s are paired up into a massive DD9, working in perfect sync with a cat scraper behind them, all roaring together with over 1,750 horsepower. From a distance, it feels like watching a giant army of steel flattening an entire hillside. The engines thunder, dust billows into the air, and tens of tons of earth move as effortlessly as a game of Lego. The tractor plows through the water, looking just like a knight in shining armor charging across the swamp. Tens of tons, yet it sinks like a small stone in a sea of snow. You can't always count on having an excavator right there to save you. Safe driving skills are what truly protect you. A free delivery drop, but nobody wants to claim it. Comment number 1 if you've ever been stuck like this truck. The truck moves like a giant elephant being led across the icy ground, each step steady and firm. The snowy road is slick like it's greased, and the driver decides to go ice skating with his truck. That massive jaw, a true monster of the recycling world, is slowly moving in. Its power can crush thick steel like it's paper. It's about to grind down history itself, tearing through memories and turning a once great icon into nothing more than a pile of scrap. The slope turned into a battlefield, and the driver had no choice but to let go. Everything happened in an instant, and the viewers could only hold their breath as the truck vanished off the edge of the road. Don't just rely on pulling power. The real art of escaping ice is in timing the throttle, the gears, and the clutch just right. In front of us is the Caterpillar D11R, one of the biggest and most powerful bulldozers on the planet. A true giant capable of flattening anything in its path. But today, this beast has to sit quietly on a transport trailer, and the ones taking on this unbelievable responsibility are the team from Fasula's Heavy Transports. Their MAN truck is straining across a slippery, muddy field, trying to move a multi-million-dollar machine. This is a job not just anyone can handle. Right in front of us is a Cat excavator equipped with the Arden AS-055, a 5-ton hydraulic tire cutter. This isn't just another tool, it's a set of jaws built to chew through what nothing else can break. And here comes the wow moment. Watch closely as it bites straight through the dense rubber and reinforced steel cords of this giant tire, as effortlessly as slicing through butter.
Так вот в лес ездим.
Today, the excavator isn't digging dirt, it's digging up sheer survival. The dozer pulls, the truck tips over. Teamwork like this won't last long. Before us stands a true warrior of the deep forest, the Belarus MTZ-122 1.2. In this damp winter landscape, where the swampy ground looks ready to swallow any vehicle that dares to roll in, this iron horse calmly hauls a homemade trailer, stacked with timber, its massive rear wheels crush through the mud, while the engine growls with steady power, like a wild buffalo refusing to back down. Hundreds of horsepower roar, tires tearing through the mud, and at last the beast is pulled free. In front of you is the Belarus MTZ-122 1.2, a true iron beast built to survive the toughest conditions. But today, the challenge it faces is anything but easy. Its wheels are buried deep in the muddy forest floor. The driver doesn't panic. He eases the clutch, keeps the throttle steady, and lets the tractor unleash all its torque at low revs. Crawling forward slowly, firmly, inch by inch, breaking free from the swamp like a massive creature quietly gathering its strength. The process of lifting an overturned truck requires precise load calculations. Otherwise, a snapped cable can be even more dangerous than the rollover itself.
Я пришел на помощь и помогу.
А что Юрий говорит, за Giga на дорогу накидать?
If you've ever been stuck in a situation like this, drop a comment with number 8. Right before my eyes was a truly spectacular scene. The John Deere 1110, a forestry hauler famous for its off-road capability, was straining through a rescue mission that was anything but easy. In front of it lay a truck buried deep in the mud, its wheels almost completely submerged, locked in place by thick sludge gripping like a giant vice. For a moment, I thought it didn't stand a chance, as if the swamp itself was trying to swallow both machines whole. But it was the John Deere's sheer grit and extraordinary pulling power that turned the tide. Inch by inch, the trapped beast of steel began to move, then suddenly tore free from the mire. Watching that moment, you understand exactly why it's called the Night of the Green Forest.
Puxada boa, viu, senhor?
The truck is bottom down. The truck is coming! Go, go, go!
Low clearance vehicles should never try to cross train tracks like this.
Well, low boys shouldn't be going through these kind of intersections.
The Liebherr 996 hydraulic excavator is showcasing absolute power as its massive bucket effortlessly bites into and moves an enormous load of earth and rock in a single scoop. It's a breathtaking display of scale and incredible performance in the mining industry, where giant machines rule the game. Running into trouble on the job is inevitable with heavy machinery. If you were in this situation, how would you handle it? Awesome! He pulled it off thanks to his skills and a bit of luck. The moment I saw this Belarus MTZ-892, I couldn't help but say, this is a true iron horse in real life. In these wet forest conditions, with soft mud that can trap even heavy trucks, this machine still powers through, hauling a homemade trailer stacked with logs. What amazes me most is the toughness of that old Soviet engine. No flashy roar, no showy noise, just a solid, relentless growl with every pull. The pressure weighs heavy on every rescue cable as the giant steel machine strains to pull itself out of the mud. Maybe next, time the driver should set Google Maps to avoid swamps. A green beast, the Timberjack 810B, trudges into the damp forest. In this environment, even the slightest mistake could leave the machine bogged down or tipped over. But the Timberjack is built to conquer such brutal conditions. With its rock-solid frame, intelligent load-distributing suspension, and a powerhouse engine always ready to take on the impossible terrain. Heavy load on a steep slope. If the gear shift isn't timed just right, the truck can slip backward in a very dangerous way.
Все вроде идет. Это не машина, а кусок льда получился.
This isn't a truck anymore. It's a mobile freezer in the middle of nature.
Что было? Груза поменьше. Это капец.
In the snow-covered depths of the forest, the Valtra A124 emerges like a steel beast. Its massive wheels bite into the slippery ground, each spin screeching through the icy mist. Yet the machine pushes forward without hesitation. Ahead lie massive logs, frozen solid like steel. But with a single decisive pull, the Valtra drags the giant load out of the woods. Watching this, you realize it's more than just a tractor. It's a machine born to take on the harshest forces of nature.
Давай, давай. Кто? Значит, подожди. Отсюда.
You think it gave up? No way. It's coming back to life again, stronger than ever, and it's exceeded all expectations. Not even a sheet of freezing ice can stop this truck from moving forward. When I look at this machine, I immediately want to shake the hand of the brilliant engineer who created it. Cotton is highly flammable. Anything hot can ignite it, so extreme caution is required when working with it. This is what happens if you suddenly lift a hydraulic arm carrying a heavy load sideways. This moment of impact is enough to make the viewer's heart want to jump out. One rollover isn't enough. Here comes another to make it a pair. When dumping soil, the truck's center of gravity shifts, and if it isn't balanced, an accident is almost inevitable. And here it is, the true hell on earth for metal. Before your eyes stands an industrial beast, a colossal shredder. And what's on the menu today? A truck. Just look at those massive steel teeth. They turn slowly, but with enough torque to tear down an entire building. No screams, no mercy, only the brutal sound of metal being crushed, twisted, and mangled until nothing remains. All eyes are on this bizarre combination. Look at this unimaginable power. Its blade isn't just full, it's straining under the weight of tens of tons of earth. Every horsepower of the engine is roaring to conquer the mountain, turning a stubborn slope into a flat path. This is a machine built for the toughest tasks. It doesn't just move dirt, it reshapes the landscape, showing off an incredible strength that can literally change the face of the earth. Comment number 5 if you've ever seen this happen in real life. They call it a rescue, but this turned into a wreck-skew. A truck got stuck in the middle of the job completely against its will. So, what's their genius rescue plan? Of course, call in an army of heavy machinery to the shore. We've got an excavator pushing from behind and a bulldozer ready to pack down the wheels. It's a chaotic symphony of raw power where even a single mistake could turn one disaster into a double, dragging the whole crew in for a swim. But luckily, this rescue mission was a success. And here is the god that rules this place, The Komatsu PC1350, a true digging beast. It runs non-stop, a machine that never gets tired. Every swing of its bucket swallows up dozens of tons of coal and drops them into the trucks lined up and waiting within seconds. This is a symphony of efficiency and raw power, a non-stop dance among giants. The sudden tilt in just a split second turned the whole load into pure chaos. The snow didn't just cover the road, it swallowed up the giant truck as well. Thought the tow truck was a superhero, but even it couldn't beat this mud pit. The mighty Cat 336 excavator is taking on an incredibly dangerous task, digging a deep basement while standing on an unstable rock platform. With every bucket of soil it removes, it digs the pit deeper right beside itself, weakening the very ground it's standing on. This is a dance of destruction and creation, where the operator must either be a true master or the most reckless fool alive. In the blink of an eye, dozens of tons of steel sank like a ship going down. Hard work sometimes only succeeds through patience and proper coordination. How do you get a 105-ton beast off a truck? The answer, with a lot of skill, courage, and a touch of madness. Right in front of us is the Komatsu D475, one of the largest bulldozers in the world, pulling off a daring feat, climbing onto a specialized trailer of the fearless Fasula's heavy transports team. Everything happened in just a few seconds, from balance to chaos. The rope is tight, but that truck just sits there, calm as a statue. Like an elephant stuck in the mud, except this one has a bucket to pull itself out. Forget every bulldozer you've ever seen. Those were just toys. Now behold the king, the undisputed ruler of all construction sites, the largest bulldozer on the planet, the Komatsu D575A. Its blade, the size of a small apartment, doesn't just push dirt, it tears entire mountainsides apart. With every push, it moves as much earth and rock as dozens of smaller machines would take hours to handle. Its V12 engine roars with 1,150 horsepower, unleashing a force so massive it makes the ground tremble. Every meter pulled feels like a battle between human strength and the frozen wilderness. Is he not paying attention, or is there a missing sign? This isn't just an ordinary bulldozer. This is the Caterpillar D11T, a true king of any construction site, a machine built to reshape the land. The massive blade in front doesn't just push dirt, it's swallowing an entire hillside. With every push, it moves a volume of earth and rock that would take dozens of workers an entire day to handle. If those truck fails cracked you up, hit that like button, share it with your crew, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. See you in the next video. It's only getting wilder from here.